We don't know everything. I haven't got any money yet. I'm taking a massive risk.
Would you say that you've had any regrets in your journey?
I am June Angelides. I wear a lot of hats. I'm an investor. I'm a former founder. I'm a board observer. And I've been angel investing for 3 years.
Tell me a bit more about what you do when you're not being an angel investor. Do you have a full-time job? Are you self-employed? Do you have a business?
When I'm not angel investing, I wear a lot of hats. I work at the venture arm of a family office where I'm investing across Europe, across all sectors from pre-seed to early Series A. I also sit on the board of a couple of companies just because I love helping companies. I think it gives me the opportunity to help them behind the scenes, to learn and to be able to share that knowledge with other founders that I meet along the way. I also mentor a lot of VCs. I run a VC mentoring group, which I've been running since the pandemic, just because I want to make sure that we have an incredible pipeline of investors to carrying on the good work. I'm also a mom of 3. I've got 3 kids. I've got an almost 12-year-old. I've got an almost 9-year-old going on 18, and I've got an almost 6-year-old.
So I'm curious, what made you want to become an angel investor? Is it something that you've always wanted to do when you were growing up, or did you go through a journey to get to that decision?
I think the first time I realized I needed to be an angel investor was when I was listening to a pitch and I realized that we weren't going to be able to do it as a firm. And I thought, darn, I wish I could do this myself. And then I suddenly reflected on just how much capital I was going to need if I was going to back all these incredible companies that unfortunately we were having to say no to as a fund, but I really believed deserved to get funding and needed to be in this world because they were solving real problems. So I made that decision and I started saving. So I was really, really intentional. That really pushed me to start putting money aside, knowing that it would be going to back a business that I really believed needed a chance. And that's what angels are. We give people that first chance.
Tell me a bit more about like I guess how you grew up. What was like your journey to get into this point?
Yes, I grew up in Lagos in a place called Yaba. So anyone who hasn't been to Nigeria yet, go check out Yaba. It's a cool spot. It's actually the tech hub of Lagos. And I grew up into a very entrepreneurial family. My grandfather set up a supermarket chain, which my mom and her siblings grew out to be, one of the first malls in Lagos, and now we've got cinemas and sort of we're in the entertainment space. And I grew up around entrepreneurs and I saw them bring things to life. So I have always believed in that magic, and I love being around dreamers and doers. So I moved to the UK when I was 17. Was in the corporate world, but I knew that they wouldn't have me for too long. I knew that I was going to eventually need to spread my wings and, be more involved in this space. So I actually became an entrepreneur myself in 2015 when I had my second child. I'd been working at Silicon Valley Bank on the venture debt side and wanted to have a dab at this entrepreneurship business, and I did, and it's hard, and I have so much respect for anyone who goes out and chases their dreams because it's hard work, and I know what it takes to bring something to life, but I know that you need a village around you, and I think this is where angel investing, venture capital, having these incredible operator networks around you is really critical. And that's kind of why I'm in this space today. I love it. I love the energy, and I just love how much there is to learn.
So what was your first angel investment? Was it a positive or negative experience, and how did you meet the founder?
So my first angel investment was actually into Nina Mahanti. And I say her name before her business because I believe with angel investing, you're investing into the person. So that's something that I will always say is my reason. I'm backing the individual. I heard her story via actually my friend who was, she was doing an internship with us at Samos at the time, and she told me about this incredible woman called Nina who was building a product for the migrant community, inclusive financial product, and growing up in Nigeria, a lot of what she was saying resonated, how a lot of people were coming here, not having access to financial services. And I thought, I want to help someone who is looking to change that and is willing to give up a safe job, because this is what we need to remember. Founders are giving up the safety net of a job to do this and really taking a massive risk. So I met her, her energy was infectious, and it was a problem that I really believed ought to be solved. I felt she could do it because her background was incredible. She is smart. She is just a doer. You know, she's a doer. You need to meet Nina. So I had the most positive experience. I have to say, she made it easy. She gave me, you know, great information on time. And Nina gives one of the best investor updates. And we could sense that right from the get-go. So I think that's something that really stood out for me, the quality of information, just her network, her tenacity. And I just knew it was going to be a fun 10-year adventure working with her.
Wow, 10 years. So when was it that you made your first angel investment?
So first angel investment would have been probably the end of 2020.
And it sounds like you had such an amazing experience. So after that first angel investment, if you feel comfortable with sharing, how many more did you go on to make?
So I have made 9 angel investments to date.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, it's something I've been very intentional about. All my angel investments have been into female founders as well. That's my thing. I really believe so little there's data to back it up. So little funding is going to women, and I want to play a role in helping to shift that.
Do you see yourself being an angel investor long term, or is this part of a bigger picture or like a bigger plan?
I will always be an angel investor because I do believe there is a role that angels play that, you know, if you're running a fund or you're within a fund, you may have a lot more parameters that you have to kind of stick to when making decisions. But as an angel, I have the flexibility to sort of choose my thesis as I go along. And I think if I meet an incredible founder, I want to have that flexibility to be able to say, actually, I think you have something special and I believe in you.
I have one question. With you saying that about founders, what would you say is like one star quality that attracts you to founders and makes you want to invest in them?
Honestly, I think for founders, you need so much grit to be able to see it through. I am looking for an example of a time where you have demonstrated grit. And honestly, even through the investment process, it's so hard. You want to see how people adapt to setbacks and to tough environments. And as much as you can understand about their backgrounds, you know, their journeys through work, I think those are the kind of experiences we're looking to understand. Okay, what is it about this person that we believe they have something special that will help them get through, you know, when the going gets tough, as it inevitably will do, you know, whether it's teammates leaving, being unable to raise funding, you know, business metrics not going to plan. How are they going to adapt in those moments? Will they panic and shut down, or are they going to be able to sort of calmly assess the situation and just really bring their best foot forward and also ask for help? I think no man is an island, so the founders that I can see leveraging the resources around them, going above and beyond to figure it out, and if they don't know, just putting their hands up and saying, please help me. That's what I'm looking for.
I think being an honest and authentic founder, and I guess building that relationship.
100% authenticity. I think it's the only way. If you're going to build a real relationship with your investor, you need to come at it, you know, with so much humility, because we don't know everything. Even as investors, I am constantly asking questions. I am always looking to learn. Learning doesn't stop, and neither should that as the founder.
What tips would you give to anyone that wants to become an angel investor?
I would say learn. Come in with a deep sense of curiosity, because it's such a wide field. You could be a fintech investor, you could invest in e-commerce, you could invest in consumer, deep tech. I would say be open to learning across the board, see what interests you. I think the natural place to start is where your interests automatically lie. I find that people tend to kind of start with that because it's a bit safer because you kind of know what you're looking for. You know, with angel investing, it's all about connection. So I think turn up to events where you're likely to meet founders, have conversations with them, join groups. There are quite a few WhatsApp groups. There's formal groups where you can learn about angel investing and start little and build up.
And I have one final question for you, well, maybe two. Apart from money, name one thing that you get from angel investing.
Yeah, well, I haven't got any money yet from angel investing. So I think, you know, honestly, it's that deep satisfaction that a product or a service is coming into the world that is deeply needed and may not have existed had you not invested in that business. Because honestly, the hardest bit is getting started. So the joy of being a part of that early journey, being a believer when it counts the most is where I get my satisfaction.
I'm curious, would you say that you've had any regrets in your journey so far?
With my angel investing, honestly, no regrets. I'm very thoughtful about, I mean, it's hard-earned money. I did tell you I had to save a lot of that, you know, to be able to get going. But, you know, every pound I part with, I do it very intentionally. I am also very aware, money at risk. So as long as I believe that the founder is really using it to make a change in the world, I am happy with that decision. So no, absolutely no regrets.